Let's talk about meat shortages. Are you seeing things that aren't available in your grocery store or Costco anymore? Well, I am. Welcome to Grow and Preserve. I'm Carter and I'm thrilled you're here with me today. I love to have meat on the shelf, so today we're going to do some stew meat and some chicken. And I'm going to walk through this a little bit quickly. I have full tutorials on both of these on my channel. I think they were the first two videos I did. So I'll put those in the, wherever the card goes, I'll put those there and probably at the end as well. I went to Costco yesterday specifically to get some eye round because my husband was asking for some jerky. So I thought I'd do that for my last day of the Every Bit Counts challenge. Well, they didn't have any eye round. They said they hadn't had any eye round in a week and a half. So I ended up with London broil, and you'll see the jerky video tomorrow because that'll be ready tomorrow. And then I started looking around at what else they didn't have. And so things were pretty scarce. I'll say it was very thin all the way around Costco yesterday. I didn't notice anything else that was missing other than the eye round, but everything was very low. I mean, there were maybe 2 to a dozen packages of everything, which, you know, I suppose was meeting the needs, but that's not how Costco used to be. So it always worries me a little bit when I start to see some empty shelves. So I'm gonna put some meat on the shelf today. I always have meat on the shelf. I have a ton of meat, but we eat through it all the time. So we're gonna get some more. Let's get started. I am just going to cut this open. This is the easiest thing in the world to do. Again, as I said, I have a full tutorial on raw pack canning of chicken and beef. So I'm gonna start with the beef, and I'm just picking the, the stew meat is already cut for you. And I'm gonna put it in a pint-sized jar. You wanna use a wide mouth jar or it'll be really hard to get out. I'm just gonna pack that right in. Now I don't put any salt in mine or any seasoning because I like to do that when I'm cooking. And also this creates its own juices. And so my animals really enjoy that on top of their food. So I'll save that for them and not give them any added sodium. I'm gonna pack this to 1 inch headspace. Get one more little piece in there. Maybe one. Okay, so that's the beef. That's all I have to do to it. There's no adding water, there's no adding salt, unless you can add salt. Don't add water because it will create plenty of juice on its own. There's no debubbling because I'm not adding any liquid. All the water from the beef, or juice from the beef, I suppose, will fill in. So I'm gonna finish packing the beef and then we'll move on to the chicken and I'll bring you back for that. Okay, the beef is done, and that literally only took me 4 or 5 minutes. So I have 5 pint jars, and I started with just over 4 pounds of beef. So they are packed in, inch headspace and everything. Now I'm gonna start the chicken, and I just have, they're probably 4, 5, 6 chicken breasts in there. And I'm gonna use, I have 5 half pint jars. And if I need to, I'll reconfigure and add a pint in there. But I like having the half pint jars because it's the perfect amount for me to just have chicken salad for lunch, or for me to make something for my husband, just for one of us. So all I'm gonna do is cut this chicken breast into about 2-inch chunks, maybe 1.5 inch chunks, just straight across. And then we're gonna get it into the jar. And this is just ridiculously easy again, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna pack the chicken just like I did the meat. Leave about 1 inch headspace in this half pint jar. And that's 3 big chunks of chicken. Now, when this comes out of the jar, it's gonna be like shredded chicken. It's gonna be just like you put it in the pressure cooker for however long you put it in the pressure cooker for to get shredded chicken. Pull it out and shred it, and this will pretty much shred itself. It's fantastic. So I use that in all kinds of different things, and burritos and tacos and chicken salad, as I mentioned. There's just an incredible number of uses. You can do nachos with it. You can do buffalo chicken pizza with it, which is one of my husband's favorites. So I do a lot of that, and it's just as easy as can be. And I know what goes in this. So you don't have to worry about any kind of strange, MSG or other other seasonings. You never know what's in that when you read the package. So I'm gonna get this one done. Okay, so there's another one. Again, no water, no debubbling. You can see that there's a little space down here that'll all fill in with juices from the chicken. So I'm not going to do anything else to it until we get ready to put the lids on. I'm going to finish up getting the chicken packed and then I'll bring it back. The chicken is now done. I had about 5 chicken breasts, a couple of them larger than organic chicken breasts should be, but there you go. And then the other 3 or so were on the smaller side. 5 little half pints of chicken breast, and I'm thrilled to have that on the shelf again. So I am going to wipe the rim with some white vinegar as I do everything before I seal it, just to make sure that there is nothing that could prevent a seal. So put the lid on. This is a new lid, of course, right there. Put the ring on until it catches, and then just a little bit further. I'm going to do this to all of them, including the beef. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to fit all of this in the canner at one time, but I can't find my stacking rack. So I think that may have been lost in the move. I haven't seen it recently. So I may have to do 2 loads tonight, but I will show you when at least the first load is done. I'm going to put these into a cold canner with cold water. My canner is an All-American. It calls for 2 to 3 inches of water in the bottom. So unlike water bath canning where you want the water to cover the lids, you don't in pressure canning. As I mentioned, I have a full tutorial on both of these, first couple of videos on my channel. Okay, these are ready to go in the canner. I got them all in the same canner, so I am thrilled. I don't have to do another load. So I have 5 half pints of the chicken, 5 full pints of the beef. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to bring this up to temperature slowly, and then once it has vented for 10 minutes, I'm going to put the gauge on. I am below 1,000 feet, so I use 10 pounds of pressure. Again, if you want to see the full tutorial on what to do at what altitude, go check out my first videos. I'll put those up there. And then we will can these for 75 minutes because everything is a pint or smaller. So 75 minutes for that, and then we'll bring them out. I'll bring you back to show you the results.